The static HV SMG is completely taken over, but what people don't know is that the Superi 46 actually kills faster than it. So I cooked up a brand new movement Superi 46 that's 100% my new go-to build. But where the static HV shines is that if you hit one headshot, then it has a very fast time to kill. The thing that's nice about the Superi is that it still has a lot of like movement and a lot of range. Kind of feels like a pocket AR, which is why you still see a lot of people rocking it. It's just super easy to use. Even if you add the no stock, it is brain dead easy to use. You just got to use a couple other attachments to mitigate all the cons that we are getting with the no stock. You guys can see we are losing our gun kick control, recoil control, flinch resistance, which is probably the biggest con, which if you're using the thing and it's just so annoying that when the enemies shoot at you, your screen shakes a lot, then I would try out the Jack Cutthroat. If you still can't really hit your shots, then I would add the Rescue 9. But the no stock, look at the benefits that you get. You can move around the map way faster, strafe speed is faster, you bring up the gun after sprinting way faster. Overall, you're moving around the map very quick and it makes the gun feel so light, and it really doesn't add that much recoil onto the weapon. Just make sure you hit the first shot and you're going to be able to land the rest of these shots. I know it looks pretty bouncy right there, but we are going to be using other attachments to mitigate that con. By the way, are you hard stuck in rank play and want a boost? Then I would check out my long-term sponsor Guapsi. They will play in your account to legitimately boost up your rank, and they can also unlock anything you wish on the game. You can scour the internet and you won't find a single negative review. I'll have their link in the description. For the next attachment, we are going to be adding that recoil control back, and you kind of have to run this with the heavy barrel, which is one downside. So this is going to be the heavy barrel. It's just going to maximize that recoil control with losing a little bit of our ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, which right now the sprint to fire speed is still below 100 milliseconds, so we're perfectly fine. Although the short barrel does make the weapon feel even lighter. It's just, keep in mind the gun's going to be a little bit bouncy. Let me show you guys. Oh, that suppressed barrel, also very underrated. I don't know why more people don't rock it. Yeah, see, like on shipment or something, you could use the short barrel, but on every other map, you're probably going to want to use the bigger barrels. This suppressed barrel, I don't know why more people don't rock this thing. I don't even know why I wasn't rocking it. Well, yeah, the gun's a little bit bouncy, but you guys could definitely pop off, have a lot of fun with the suppressed barrel. Overall, though, run the heavy barrel. It's going to make the gun easy to use, which is why we got the paracord grip also on there. It's just going to eliminate that side-to-side bounce. This gun has a lot of vertical recoil, so like the Phantom 5 actually helps a lot, or like the FTAC MSP. FTAC MSP is going to be the next best one if you don't really care about the paracord. For me, I like the paracord. I see some pros using the MSP, and so this one is also going to give us sprint to fire speed. We can move around the map a little bit faster, and our strafe speed is going to be quicker. So this is why it's like more of a movement build. This eliminates a lot of the recoil with also giving us the mobility benefits, mitigating the cons that the barrel is giving us. And so now they're going to be complementing each other. Still pretty bouncy, but we are going to be using another attachment that's going to mitigate that recoil on the gun. And so again, the FTAC MSP one, that does eliminate a lot of the bounce if that bounce is annoying you. I just really like the sprint to fire speed that you get with the paracord. So the muzzle that we're going to be adding, I'm going to try to mix it up because this attachment's kind of a, just everyone rocks on every single build now, and I think it needs to get nerfed. It's going to be the quartermaster suppressor. We all know it's so much recoil control with no cons at all. Like, this is a crutch attachment that you can rock on any build, and it's going to make it so much better. And since we're getting 23% horizontal recoil control, that's why I was saying you can honestly run the MSP underbarrel, so then you get a lot of vertical. This gives you the horizontal, then you get an overall decent amount of recoil gun kick control. And so it really is a personal preference thing. Use the build and just use the one that you like. You guys can see now the ADS speed still very fast on the gun, and there really isn't any recoil. And keep in mind, we have a no stock on here, so we have the benefits of the no stock. We have that sprint to fire speed and just the mobility of that was still having a lot of recoil control. FTAC MSP, let me show you guys real quick. It still makes the weapon feel very good, and ADS speed is still good. The only con is that your sprint to fire speed won't be as good, which is why I prefer the paracord, but you might like this one. Okay, with all that yapping out of the way though, last attachment, rock whatever you want. If you want to run an optic, obviously run an optic. The 9 Armado or the MK3 feels good. Warzone, the Jack Glasses feels pretty good as well. You don't really need a laser on the gun. Could add the high grain rounds. This will make it so it actually has a very fast time to kill, up to 21.6 meters. Bow velocity is going to be in the AR range, and so it really is a pocket AR when you do add the high grain rounds. The Phantom grip is a great attachment if you want to go over here and add the MSP. Now you have like more recoil control of that vertical, so it eliminates that bounce, with also having a lot of sprint to fire speed, 83 milliseconds, which is very, very insane. What I'm going to be rocking in the gameplay though is the 40 round mag, just so I don't really have to worry about reloading as much. This build right here, I don't always rock it. I usually rock it working on the smaller maps, or if I'm just feeling super aggressive and I want to move around the map very fast, this one feels very good. Feels extra good on Warzone as well because, you know, you're just cruising around the map. Rock this build. If it has a little bit too much bouncy recoil, try out the F-Tac. You might like this one a little bit more. And then what you guys could also do is go over here and add the Phantom. Then you have a very fast sprint fire speed, and then another very good build Rescue 9 stock on there. Or if you want to straight fast, run the Jack Cutthroat. Now you guys are probably a little bit confused. Here's my secondary. You guys see my perks. Let's get into the gameplay. Bro, do these motherfuckers not spawn in? Did they forget how to push start? What the hell's going on? Bro, okay, they should keep spawning back. Oh, wait, yeah, they still should be spawning over there. They could be spawning below. Okay, no, it flipped. Basically spawns, if you want to be good, just know where they're spawning. And they're usually spawning the opposite of your teammates. That's all it is. So it's overall, it's honestly really simple. And on this map, from what I've memorized when I play, because a lot of people just play to play, which is normal. Like when I play a shooter, when I play Call of Duty, when I spawn in, bro, what the fuck, blank shooter? If the enemy's team is there and I kill them, I know where the enemy's going to be spawning. Now the spawn's flipped. So where I just spawned in, the enemies are now spawning over there. So if you can remember where you spawn and why you spawn there, completely game changer. Oh, yes, dude. I just slid right through him. And if you push too much in there, you'll spawn down there. Or, well, if the enemies will spawn down there. So now it's probably going to flip because my teammates are back there. High Rise is a pretty simple map, but like all maps in a way should be simple to read. There's always like exceptions with the spawns. See, it seemed like my teammates were over there blocking those spawns. My teammates are over there, so then the enemies spawn right there. Or they spawn down there or down over there. Right now, I don't know where the fuck they are. I think they're going to be down here. That's why a UAV is helpful. Because, bro, I don't know what these enemies are doing. Where are they at? Oh, you know, I almost got the gameplays on like Yard and Bape. I think I've been using those maps a little bit too much. And see how it's easier to predict where they're spawning when you get more kills. Because they're having to constantly reset where they're at. Boom, bitch. Let's go. Yo, we're on the 19. Going great. Okay, so I think I just want to bring up. I went on an E-Dates. A 12v1. Where I was competing against 12 other guys to win this girl. And the girl was Liz. If you've seen her before, look her up on Twitter. I think it's like Liz something. Her Twitch is Liz LYSSS. Did an E-Date with her. Where I was competing against 12 other guys for her. And there was like rounds of it. So, oh my god, bro, this thing fries. But there was rounds. Oh yeah, they're probably going to be spawning below. Or they flipped. So they flipped. They spawned over there. But one guy did spawn down here. So that was because I pushed up too much. But, yeah, it would basically go through rounds. You would ask questions and things. You'd each get your turn. There's a motherfucking MGB. Leave a like and subscribe for the best Black Ops 6 classes. Let's go. Let's go for a 60 gun streak. Game's not even halfway over. Ask a couple questions, go through rounds, and she eliminates 2 people per round until there's, you know, one winner. And you already know. You already know. We made it to the fucking finals. We made it to the finals. At the very beginning, I fumbled so badly. I thought it was going to be like a one-on-one day at the beginning, but it was more of like, okay, we're going to go through the list and everyone's in the call together and everyone talk about yourself for 3 minutes. I didn't know it was going to be like that, so I didn't prep at all. I haven't done a job interview in years just because I've been doing this and like other jobs I got hired like through friends and things, so, like on the spot. My interview was being trained, so I just haven't ever talked about myself since I was 17 years old. So I genuinely didn't know how to do that, which is no excuse. That's just my excuse. Yeah, I fumbled that part. I basically was like, my name is Sebastian, the online name is Cbass. I like to make videos on Modern Warfare 3 ranked and I stream ranked, so I just said my name and I play Call of Duty. So bad. Complete fumble. So bad. I was pretty nervous, but like I just fumbled. I didn't even say my age, where I'm from, anything like that. But I did dress up in a suit where I went and rented a tux for like 200 bucks. It was like 180 with tip and everything, but yeah, I rented a tux. And she plays Modern Warfare 3 ranked. I play Modern Warfare 3 ranked. So We have a lot of things in common, a bunch of things in common. And we already followed each other on Twitter, so I think that's why she didn't eliminate me the first round. She knew that there was potential there. Like if I was doing a presentation, for example, I would probably be like between sentences, but it's actually better to just pause and not have any like the silence. You might think it's awkward, but it's actually better instead of saying in between things. But you don't realize you're doing that until you listen to yourself back, which is why one tip of life is just to record yourself and listen to it back, and do that like every day for like 10 minutes. Talk to the camera for 10 minutes. It's a really good way to get better at it. And since now I have an editor, I can't really do that as much, but I still kind of, you know, can realize it. I watch my videos back and things and listen to how I'm speaking, and this helps a lot. Like if you didn't even know I have a speech impediment, like I stutter a lot, but like, you know, I'm comfortable on the camera. Bro, where the fuck did you come from, Ryan? But you guys don't even pick up on that. And I was messing up my words a little bit on the first round, but after that I was perfectly fine. And see right there, I said it's better to just pause right there. You know, I'm gonna do another gameplay. I'm gonna yap about this for another 20 minutes because I feel like this is great things for you guys to learn. You know, it doesn't matter the age you are. And I really wanted to win this, not just for the content, just like she's actually gorgeous. We got a lot of similarities together, and I feel like we can really vibe. She's a little bit too serious for my liking, but I feel like that's also what works out because I'm not like super serious. I'm serious when it needs to be. I feel like I'm a good balance between the two of like serious and not serious, but so I feel like we can bounce off each other pretty well. Basically, if I saw her at a Call of Duty event or a club or out in public, like we would be able to easily hang out, conversate for hours and things like that super easily. Like, I feel like we can just talk for hours. Feels very natural with her, which is why, you know, I was really wanting to win the edict. Came down to the final two. Whole chat's spamming that I should win. Everyone's saying I should win. Oh, actually, before that, there was a talent show. I think she's gonna make a video of the whole thing, maybe, but or she's gonna upload the VOD somewhere. But there was a talent show part of it where like everyone had to show a talent. What I did was a Rubik's cube. Some people are like, "Oh, that's not a talent." I'm like, bro, just because you learn something doesn't mean it's not a talent in a way. Like, people were singing. I guess you can be born with better vocals. I feel like with practice, you can do basically anything. Like if the person who trains Ariana Grande, you know, and helps her sing and she get her vocals on point, if that person's helping me, I bet I could sing pretty good after years of training. So no matter what you're doing, a talent can be, I mean, like anything can be a talent in a way, if that makes sense. So, you know, for the people that are saying that, fuck you. A Rubik's Cube can be a talent. I learned it. Doing it very fast and being able to do all that shit, like, you know, quick, that's an extra talent. But you got to learn more algorithms, so it's just more training. That's all it is. There's more to the story. Let's see if these guys got anything to say. They're absolutely quiet. Got Helen Keller in here. Shout out to her. Love her. Bro, this map is going to get me so heated, or I'm going to have a great time. There's never like a middle ground. Like, I've never died from the sides so many times in my life. But yo, we got that fast sprint to fire speed. Got that recoil control. We good to go. Okay, so like I was saying though, we were going through everything. Oh, it was like top two. Me versus a guy named Cliche. He was 29. I'm 23. Liz is 25. And so I like women, they like older guys. So I was like, okay, I'm at a disadvantage here. I am dressed up like nicely, even though that doesn't really matter. I was just, yeah, like I said, I had a tux on. He had a cool sweater. So we were both dressed nicely. It just looked like I went like above and beyond on the dress up because I had a fucking suit. But I was wearing shorts since I have this one tattoo that I want to show. And she did not like it at all. But that was perfect because it made the stream laugh. And a lot of the things there were for content. Because, you know, we're all streaming. So a lot of things I would do was for content. Like when it was me and Cliche left. She's like, oh my God, what the fuck? She was like, I don't know who to pick. And then the guys at Cliche was like, you can have us both. I'm like, Eiffel Tower. And it just made the stream laugh a bunch. So things like that. But I was still like, you know, if I see her in person, I would definitely walk up to her and try to get, you know, just to hang out with her for a little bit, see how the vibes are. That'd be awesome, since basically do the same things, and I feel like we kind of bounce off each other in a good way. But like I was saying, to not get off topic, one of the questions was like, what's your love language? Bro, I didn't know what the fuck that was. I like the fuck. I like doing things together. I didn't know what like the terms were. And I feel like, you know, all the acts of service, like quality time, acts of service, stuff like that, that should just be like something that you're always doing. Like all those things should be a part of a relationship, or all those things should mean a lot. So I still don't really get those too much. But when I couldn't answer that, she could tell I was like, you know, for sure younger, even though she already knew my age. But she just, you know, that was like one of the signs that I was less mature. So then when it came down to, okay, actually I got lucky. Oh, and she asked me if I would beat her in Call of Duty. I instantly said I would slam you. But it's good to be honest. I've seen her play. She's good. She's iridescent. But I'm iridescent as well. And I'm confident I would slam. And you know, you gotta be a little bit toxic. A little bit. You can't just be all good boy and shit like that, because I think it's boring. So it's fun to have like a balance between the two. Bro, where the fuck? This is what I mean. Motherfucker sideswiped me all the time, and I didn't know where that individual was. God damn it. We still have a lot of time, though. I just need to shut the fuck up and play the game. Half of you guys probably don't give a shit, but you know what? This is so when I can look back when I'm older and be like, yo, wow, that was a fun time. One thing that she said before she decided, she was like, Cbass, I feel like you still have your life completely figured out. And Cliche, you have your life figured out. But then he said that he doesn't have his life figured out. And I said before that I do. No, well, I guess I didn't say I did. I said that I have more goals in the future. But I should have said that my life is figured out. And I have a lot of more things that I want to do. So I want to get to like 10 the tap-in level just because it looks fun. And do basically whatever you want. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that like the Cbass Empire, it's like an actual S corporation business. So I know business type things, and I'm pretty savvy with that stuff. Not savvy enough. And bro, are these enemies even playing? What is this? This is just literally a TED Talk with a couple kills in the background. Yeah, they're climbing up there. We're doing some parkour now, going against Tarzan. So I should have said that I have everything figured out, and I'm just striving to do more. And the business is an S corp, and I'm good. Because but I think it's because she doesn't have her life fully figured out. So then it's like, if I'm younger, there's no way I have my life figured out, if that makes sense. Which is why women like an older man, because then they can show them things and stuff like that. Which, you know, obviously, just the older you are, the more you learn, the more stuff that happens. And bro, there's literally nobody in this lobby. Oh, and lastly, I forgot to mention this. So the theme of the date, of the E-Day, of the whole thing was Zodiac signs. I don't know anything about Zodiac signs. I don't really know anything about them. I don't really care for them because I feel like people judge, like prejudge people if they find out what that Zodiac sign is. For example, so each person there was representing their sign, and once you would get eliminated, she would try to guess it, then you would like reveal what you are. I'm a Scorpio, but I'm basically like a Sagittarius because my birthday, so the end of the Scorpio birthdays is November 21st, which is my birthday, and I was born at night, so I'm right, you know, on the cusp of it. But the whole date, she was saying how she hates Scorpios the entire time, and she's like, I don't want to be stuck with the Scorpio. I hate. Bro, why would you look backwards? Why are you going that way? You're going back into your spawn? You know what? I respect it. I'm going to get a lot of kills. I love this map. I have to play on this map. Like, I go on the regular maps, and I get bored. This map, it's constant dopamine. Me and the guy were like, yo, we're not moving. We're not moving at all. But yeah, she was saying how she hates Scorpios the entire time. And she's like, there's a Scorpio here somewhere, and I don't know who it is. I don't want to end up with the Scorpio. That was crazy. And I'm just sitting there with a poker face, trying not to smile too much. And I'm like, chat, I'm totally not the Scorpio here. Nope, not at all. And it gets to the end. It's me. Oh yeah. So it was me and Cliche. He's like a Libra, and she was saying that Libras are boring. She doesn't want to be with a Libra, and she hates Scorpios. So I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck? Finally, eventually, she's like, okay, I pick Cliche to win. And then I just rolled backwards off screen and was just sad. And then I was like, okay, well, you know what? If your heart wants that, that's what matters. But I want to show you what you missed. I had something planned. And what I did, you know, the Bob that's in the background right there with the tie and everything. I pushed him out. He was on the side in like a blind spot so you couldn't see him. I pushed him out. That sounds like I'm giving birth to Bob. I hope I don't. And then I had a tray table with a white cloth on it. Yo, my teammates are going crazy. I had 2 ribeye steaks, fettuccine alfredo, everything sauced up on a plate, put it down. I had wine glasses, wine ready, but I, like halfway through, she said that she doesn't like wine. Like she mentioned that. And so then I put that away and I busted out the whiskey glasses, poured a shot of whiskey. And I was like, this is what you missed out on. And then right there, it looked like she was having like regrets. She's like, oh, Cliche, do you have anything for me? And he's like, we can go to a steakhouse after this. But, you know, obviously it wasn't the same. And so I basically ulted way too late. I should have ulted way before. But I was thinking we were going to have like a one-on-one moment, like away from everyone else. I thought, because a lot of the E-dates, they do that where you have like... where you eventually have like a one-on-one moment. So I was going to bust it out then. What is that guy doing? I was for the MGB. If I died right there, I would have been so livid. We never had the moment where it was like one-on-one. It was always like me with everyone else. So I was like, me and chat were kind of going off how the rounds were going. We were like, okay, we're probably still in. So we can just keep saving it, waiting for the one-on-one. Never popped up, so I just never could bust it out. I could have beforehand, but I really wanted like the one-on-one. And then I was like, okay, well, if she picks me, it'll make her extra excited. You know, I put in some extra work over here, make her feel special. Just like how I would always do that. If there's someone I like, I will always go above and beyond. More than most people, because I always feel like that makes people feel happy. I guess that's like a act of... that's like a love language. So I guess that would be acts of service would be one of mine. Physical touch, since I like the fuck... sorry, that was aggressive. I don't know. So... a lot of you guys listening to this are probably cringing, but I'm just telling you what I did on Twitch. Yeah, that was all on my Twitch. Cbass. I'm trying to grow that. We usually stream on the YouTube to like 100 to 200 people. I'm trying to grow the Twitch so I have more avenues and more security bounds, since the YouTube kind of like the viewership and views kind of died down. And I would like to not be stuck on one game and one thing, because I have to stream Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. I want to be able to stream Warzone, which is why I got the Warzone channel and things like that. And I got the Twitch to help me out with that. See, I got my life together. I got a very clear direction of what I'm going to do and how to get there. I just need to be more efficient in my days, which is actually the toughest part. Like waking up at consistent time, getting out of bed fast, don't lay in bed. In between tasks, don't be lazy. Like, don't sit down for too long, since I'll sit down on the couch, go on like my phone for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, fuck, I wasted 20 minutes. And then that somehow kills my energy. And then I start like slouching, or I'll finish food and then I'll like take too long of a break and shit like that. Bro, are you guys both AFK? What the f? That was AFK strat. Her whole chat was spamming for me to leave. Like, I watched the VOD like the next day. And I saw her whole chat was telling me to go. But me and her are having good conversations, having a great time. And then after they did a 1v1. Cliche's on mouse and keyboard, so a little bit tougher to go against a controller player. And he doesn't really play this game. I played this game. Me and her both played Modern Warfare 3 ranked. Like, we have a lot of the gaming and content and passion side in common. And then actually a couple other things, but I don't want to go too off topic. So they did a 1v1, and it was Cliche had 29 kills. She had 20 kills first to 30 shipment, and then she actually came back and beat him, which is insane. So I think the nerves got to him. And then she was saying how she wants a man who could beat her in Call of Duty. And I was like, see, I would slam her, basically. I think it kind of gave her the ick a little bit, regretting, because me and her were vibing a lot. And she said I'm like a good balance of like toxic but not toxic, and like serious but not too serious. And we have a lot of things in common and stuff like that. So, you know, it was all good though. Cliche, cool, great, the great guy. We both live in Washington, which is kind of crazy. But you know, we got second place. Makes it better though. It made it, you know, she actually told the chat. She's like, okay, Cbass's chat, you can go tell him that I fumbled or something like that. With Cliche still in the call. So she said that she fumbled me to Cliche, basically. I was like, oh, I feel bad for him. But yeah, it was great. It was great. And hopefully we can get more things, more content made together. But let's go. 105 and 4. Let's go.